Hello everyone. So I found this cute little book at a thrift store and I thought that I would read it to you. It's called Cinderella Skeleton. Okay. Cinderella Skeleton dwelt in Boneyard Acres near the wood, third mausoleum on the right. Decayed, decrepit, what a fright. On the door, a withered wreath invited guests to rest in peace. It was the pride of the neighborhood. Cinderella's skeleton was everything a ghoul should be. Her build was long and lean and lanky. Her dankish hair hung down in hanks. Her nails were yellow, her teeth were green, a ghastly haunt you've ever seen. Foulest in the land was she. Cinderella's skeleton's stepsisters treated her with scorn. Griselle was small and mean and firmly packed with spite and spleen. Tall, bony Jane, a scattered brain, was just as vile and twice as vain. They worked Cinderella from dusk till morn. Cinderella's skeleton, it seemed her tasks were never done. She hung up cobwebs every place, arranged dead flowers in vase, littered the floor with dust and leaves, fed the bats beneath the eaves. She had no time for rest or fun. Wow, they look very frightening, the stepsisters. That must be the stepmom, and here's the stepsisters, maybe? Or maybe that's the stepmom. There's Cinder skeleton. Cinderella's skeleton's stepsisters dressed in fancy clothes, but she had only hand-me-downs, the others torn and tattered gowns. Her shoes had worn out tops and soles. In fact, they were so full of holes that they showed all of her bony toes. Cinderella's skeleton asked for help with household chores, but stepmother Screech began to shout, "You're lucky I don't throw you out. My girls are gems. You're common clay. How dare you even think that they should street the windows or strew the floors?" Wow, she had an attitude, right? Cinderella's skeleton, more disappointed, lay ahead. Prince Charmel summoned one and all to his frightfully famous Halloween ball. When Cinderella begged to go, her stepmother sneered and told her no. Her stepmother would say, "You'll stay at home and work instead." Cinderella's skeleton watched the others leave in a hearse, screeched in the mournful bombascus. Her girls in mildew green satin. Then Cinderella made this vow: "I'll get to the prince's ball somehow. I'm taking action for better or worse." Cinderella's skeleton, off she marched without delay to the good witch in the woods beyond, who cast kind spells with a generous wand. The witch heard Cinderella's plea, then nodded, saying, "Bring to me some things I'll need," and right away Cinderella's skeleton located what the witch required: a jack-o'-lantern fiery-eyed, 6 rats trapped, held locked inside, 2 bats asleep and wings wrapped tight, a cat as black as moonless night, exactly as the witch desired. Cinderella skeleton saw the witch touch the wand. Tip, tap to all. The pumpkin turned to a funeral wagon. The rats to nightmares, part horse, part dragon. The bats to footmen at the ready. The cat to driver, holding steady the steeds who'd speed her to the ball. Cinderella skeleton, the witch exclaimed, "You need new clothes." Her wand flashed magic to replace Cinderella's rags with a gown of lace, trimmed in silky ribbons and bows, while each worn shoes that showed her toes. Become a slipper with a satin rose. Cinderella skeleton was eager to be on her way, but the good witch said, "Before you go, there's one important thing you should know. You must return before the morning. If you fail to heed my warning, your joy will fade in the break of day." Wow, look at her dress. How pretty. Oh, she's cute. Look at the little mouse. Cinderella skeleton reached the ball and caused a stir. The guests all turned and stared at where she stood at the top of the palace stairs. As she swept down, she heard the buzz of everyone wondering who she was. The Prince Charmant bowed to her. Whoa. So she got everyone's attention. Cinderella skeleton heard Chanarl say, "Your beauty burns like bonfires ablaze at night. Your brightness fills me with delight. Dance with me, lady, I implore." She smiled. He led her to the floor, where they waltzed with graceful dips and turns. Cinderella skeleton, gazing into Chanel's eyes, was so in love she was unaware of each hateful murmur and hateful glare that screeched Boney, Jane, and Griselle aimed at the lovers' tender scene. She danced till the dawn's first lit the skies. So she danced until the dawn came. Remember, she was told to be back before the sun rose. Cinderella skeleton recalled too late the witch's warning. She broke from Chanel's dear embrace and hurried to escape the place. Chanel cried, "You're my answered prayer." But Cinderella fled down the stairs, distressed how near it was to morning. Cinderella skeleton, her haste brought mishap. As she ran for her waiting carriage, pursuing prince shouted offers of marriage. She stumbled once, giving Chanel time to grab her foot and cry, "You're mine!" Then off her foot came with a snap. Oh, so her whole foot came off. Wow. Not just a shoe this time, right? Cinderella skeleton ignored the thump of her footless stump, reached her coach and heard, "Away, I must be home by break of day." They raced pell-mell past the palace gate. The prince kept pleading, "Lady, wait!" In his hand a foot, in his throat a lump. Cinderella skeleton, though near dawn, her nightmares sped, but morning caught them in mid-light's coach, shrank to pumpkin in the light. Cat, rats, and bats skittered, fluttered away. Ragged and limping, she faced the day, her heart still full, though the magic had fled. So everything went back to the way it was. Cinderella skeleton, her life grew day by day more grim. Her family worked her without rest. They knew Prince Chanel's mystery guess. She drudged but halfway through some chores. She dreamed she was on the dancing floor as Chanel asked her to waltz with him. Cinderella skeleton, her image filled the prince's mind. His days and nights turned to a blur, whirling around memories of her. So lovelorn, Chanel vowed, I'll start a search for the one who stole my heart. She must be somehow, somewhere be found. Cinderella skeleton, until I find you, I will not rest, vowed Chanel, who traveled every place with her slippered foot in a velvet case. But no one, not Duchess, milkmaid, crone, could match foot bone to ankle bone. Each snapped a foot off for the test. So they all took their foot off to try to fit that foot, which seems silly. Okay. Cinderella skeleton looked up when Chanel came to call. Screech pulled her girl's feet off, 1, 2, saying, "Wear or glue, you're good as new. Surely it's worth the slight distress for the chance to be a true princess. Now hurry, the prince is in the hall." Cinderella skeleton picked the lock with a longish pin. She heard Chanel's voice, his gentle tones, drowned by her stepsister's wails and moans. Boney Jane's ankle was too large and thick, and Grisel's thin as the withered stick. Then Cinderella came limping in. Cinderella skeleton, while everybody stared wide-eyed, she bowed to Chanel with his request, "Please let me take your marriage test." Her foot bones snapped on and held fast. Chanel shouted, "A match at last! Here's my promised princess bride." Cinderella skeleton, the rarest gem the world has seen. Your gleaming skull and burnished bones, your teeth like polished kidney stones, your dampish silks and dankish hair. There's nothing like you anywhere. You make each day a Halloween. You can see her face. She's like really mad about it. Cinderella skeleton soon was married to her prince, and they stayed happily ever after, their kingdom filled with love and laughter. Screech, Griselle, and Boney Jane just shriveled with envy and shrank to dust, and no one's seen or missed them since. It's so beautiful.